very much. And in just a minute, Frank Kitchen will be up here. If you didn't get to see Frank yesterday, I hope that you are here today and get to actually see his entire presentation. We got to talk to Frank yesterday during the Battle of the Chefs and have a great conversation about being authentic. And I can't tell you how much we appreciated that, Frank. So, again, please give a very big SASA welcome to Frank Kitchen.
Woo, 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 woo. Nope, you got it. All right. How's everybody feeling after all that food last night? I mean, I was joking, saying, I think they're going to have to literally roll all of you in here, like, after all that food yesterday. So I understand this is an early morning session. We've had all the food last night, then we had all the food this morning. And I've got to wake you up mentally and physically. So what we're going to be doing is, this program is called It's Okay to Play. And many times in the workplace, they say that, you know what, you can't play games, right? Because it can't all be fun and games. Well, we're here to change that thought pattern, that mindset today. But to make sure we understand this, what I'm going to do is I need to make sure that you are awake. So I'm going to put some games up on the screen. And to find out if you're awake, I need you to yell out the answer of what that game is. So I know we've got some competitive people in the room, so just go ahead and yell out the answer. So I'll hit the clicker, you yell out what the game is. Ready? What is this game right here? Okay, this side of the room is waking up. This side needs more caffeine. What is this game? Now we're waking up. How about this game right here? Who can spell it? Those are the people who truly play it. All right. How about this one right here? The answer's on the screen. How about this one right here? All right. What's the correct answer? What is Jeopardy? How about this one right here? All right. This one? Uh-oh. That one?
Minecraft.
Yes. You have children, don't you? No, she's like, I play it. This. No, how do you say it in the commercial? Jenga, thank you. Now let me find out who my gamers are. What type of Atari? 2600, but close enough. There we go. The game that never ends, right? Think about your workplace, everybody. I mean, it's a complicated game, and it's a game that never ends, right? We have to figure out on a day-to-day basis how to achieve the results that we want. I mean, quite simply, that's what games are about. Games are about having a clear objective and figuring out a way to get to that objective. Now, for years, I've worked at places where they say, you know what, you can't do games around people. Games aren't going to help you out. I'm here to let you know that games can actually improve your workplace culture, improve your productivity, your retention, and even your customer service and your sales. Because that's what I've done for years. With any groups I've ever worked with, we've always played games. I mean, quite simply, I worked with this gentleman. His name was Jim Poole, he was my first mentor. And he goes, Frank, I want to be judged by the people that I promote versus the people that are my own personal sales. And when he shared this with us, I was working for, anybody remember KB Toys, the toy store in the mall? Yeah, I started out as a cashier and ended up becoming a manager and a trainer. And Jim goes, hey, 5 cashiers. He goes, guys, I'm going to train you. And he goes, I'm going to teach you how to get the best. And many times it was hands-on games and activities. And he goes, Frank, I'm going to teach you guys how to be the best. And my goal is for all of you to get your own stores. Now, we thought he was crazy. Everybody in that meeting got their own store. And the one person who chose not to take a store chose not to take the store because she had just gotten married and decided that she wanted to be a mother. So today what I want to do is I'm going to share with you a lot of the training, games, and activities, not only that Jim taught me, but I used to use with my teams to make sure we could be at our best. So we're going to have some fun today. Now, when we say having some fun today, I got to show you a funny picture right now. Because some of you don't believe this right now, but I used to work at places and I would go in and do my training, games, and activities, and they go, Frank, you're training your people too much. And I'm like, well, like the look on my son's face right now, like, what do you mean I'm training people too much? They go, you're training people too much, you're training people monthly. I'm like, yeah, it's like, I'd love to train people more. Because I believe when you train people, you're showing that you care about people. They go, you're doing it too much. I'm like, well, what is too much? Like, we only do 2 trainings per year. I was like, well, here's the deal then. I was like, when we stop beating goal, we stop having high customer service scores, stop having high sales scores, I'll stop training. We never stopped training because we had to fund that training, so we made sure that it worked. So for what I'm going to be showing with you today, don't only take it for yourself, make sure you're sharing it with the people that you have when you go back. And just like yesterday, all today's notes and activities will be available for you at the end on a QR code. So you ready to have a little fun? Yeah. All right. So here's what we're going to be doing. We're going to do a little thing I like to call mindset flipping exercises. Now I need your help with me right now to, I used to work in education, so I need you to repeat the words with me. Everybody say mindset, flipping, exercise. Now this time with a little more energy. Mindset, flipping, exercise. Now it's your turn, third time. Ready? Does anybody understand what that means? Like, no. We just see a spatula on the screen. We have no clue what you're talking about. Well, here's the case. Many of you have left your campuses to come here to this conference. And like, oh my God, they're sending you to a conference. We've seen all the selfies of the paella dish. Did you actually work? You went to this conference, a food service conference, auxiliary services conference. You hung out with this guy named Mr. Kitchen, and you played games. You're not coming back. But if you said, hey, we came here to improve our leadership and managerial skills by participating in mindset flipping exercises so we can help our employees grow, they may sign the check and let you come back again. But quite simply, everybody, mindset flipping exercise means game. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a series of games this morning to teach you how to improve at your positions and games that you can teach to your staff to help them improve at their positions too. So, mindset flipping exercises mean games. Now, with our games, any game requires rules, right? Yeah, she's like, maybe. I got to watch out. What's your name? Courtney. I got to watch out for Courtney. So Courtney, this is for you, okay? I've done some HR work in the past, so I got to watch out. So here's the case. We're playing games today because there's actually scientific proof to go. If we do standard training, the retention and application rate at the highest is 79%. But when we gamify or make it experiential, hands-on with the learning, check it out, about a 93.5% retention rate and application rate. I mean, some people will call it games, some people call it role play, role modeling, but the thing is, when we can make things more hands-on, the people will remember the information. But at the same point, we got competitive people like Courtney. And sometimes they make it a little too competitive, so we have to make sure we set some guidelines and boundaries. So as we play our games today, there's going to be some rules. So Courtney, rule number 1 is have fun. Can you have some fun today? She can do that. Can everybody else, can you have some fun today? Yes, all right. Rule number 2 is I need you to meet some new people. Because think about it, when we sit down to play a game, don't we always have some new people to come along? I mean, I've seen some people on the table games the last 2 nights, and you've been meeting some new people. But many of you have come into this room right now and you've sat down with the people that you know. So I'm going to let you know right now, at some point this morning, I'm going to move you around. And you're going to meet some new people. So can you meet some new people today? Woo, okay. I got some people, that's kind of scary. And then this one is, by a show of hands, where are my competitive gamers? People who will kick, bite, and scream just to win anything. Hands up. Okay, I got a few of you. This last one is for you. And the rule is no. Now, when I say no, I really got to explain it right now. So what we're going to do is, I split the room up yesterday. So what we're going to do is kind of like right down the middle here with Courtney. I've got the team on this side. I got the team on this side. I'm going to explain this one to you, Courtney, because I got to watch out for you. Everybody over here, when I point to you, when I say no, I want you to say the word law, okay? L-A-W. So ready? No. Okay, you're good. This side over here, louder than them. When I go no, I want you to say the word suit, like as in you're wearing a green and yellow suit. All right? No. Suit. 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 No lawsuits. I would like to come back to SAS in a few years, and if I kill anybody today, I don't think I can come back. So let's have some fun, let's meet some new people, and let's not cause any lawsuits today. That is the waiver right there. So for the people, yes, I've got some cool prizes, but I don't want anybody to die over a sticker. Now, in order to play our games today, I'm going to let you know, one of the first ways to make people more productive is you got to get people to participate. So all of you have been participating with me right now. So I need you to kind of pull out a piece of paper because there'll be some points to actually write down and do some activities. And if you don't have a piece of paper, pull out your phone. Open up an app that you can kind of type into. It's going to be okay to use your phones today. If you've got a tablet or laptop, you can use that one also. Now, When we do our activities today, I want you to be as productive as possible. So what we're going to be doing is, during certain activities, we'll be playing some music, and I'll explain that in a second. But the most important one is, you have to participate to win today. With any game, when people invite you over to play a game, you have one of those adult activities, 5:01 on a Friday afternoon, and people come over and someone pulls out some of the games, then guess what? You find out, you're like, do you want to play? Do you want to participate? And all of you have been participating so far. So for this to be a great program today, I need you to participate. But in order to participate, I need you to perform at a high level, so I will be playing music. Now, if you can't tell, I got a crazy kid. I actually got 2 crazy kids. But during the activities, I will be playing music. And there's another study that says out of Ohio State that goes, people are 20% more productive when listening to music, even if it's music they don't like. So hopefully I will be picking out music that you like. And if not, then we can blame our global events team over there, our DJs. Actually, just kidding. If we can give Mark, Grace, and Jake, they've been taking care of all our AV and sound. Give them a big round of applause. It's actually kind of cool. You can't see Grace back there. I think Grace will just stick her hand up in the air. She's actually controlling the cameras back here. So when you see me on screen and you see the cameras moving, and it's like it's following me right now, that's actually Grace back there with the remote control. So we'll have to see if we can do that. And then we also have one person. Hey, Mark, what's our person who's taking care of all the subtitles right now in Kansas? What's her name? All right, give a big round of applause for Kim, because Kim is on a computer right now trying to keep up with me. So Kim, that's for you. So yeah, so we're going to play music. So anytime I play music, you will start the activities today. When I stop the music, you'll face the activities back up to me. Okay? So music stop the music, we're going to go back down. Also, by a show of hands here, when we do any activities, anybody done team building at work? Energizers? What do you think about those? I just saw the whole room like, ugh. The main reason team builders and energizers don't work is the speaker or the trainer does all the talking. It's very one-sided. It's not interactive. Today is going to be interactive. Once the activities are over, we're going to have a debrief, and I want your feedback. I will never claim to know everything, but if you think about it, when we go to play a game anywhere, isn't there always communication and feedback? When we allow people to participate, that's when we get the best results. If I say icebreaker, you're like, all right, I'm just going to sit here and do stuff. I'm not involved. I want all of you to be involved with this program today, and that's what's going to make it great. So are you ready to have our first activity? Yes. All right. So as I said, pull out a device that you can draw on right now, or pull out a piece of paper and a pen, and you're going to start to draw on that one. And we're going to be doing a little activity I like to call, Steve loves this one, we like to call it the pig test. Now, with the pig test, some of you are going like, well, what's going on here? I saw what some people were having for breakfast this morning, the sausage and the bacon. But I'm going to give you 1 minute to draw a pig on that piece of paper or the screen. Now, I've got some people looking at me and go, Frank, you know, we're not art majors, but that's not our area. So what we're going to do is, I used to work at a college. I'm going to give you a syllabus. Okay? Now, when I start the music, you can draw a pig. Draw it any way that you want to, anywhere you want to on the paper. If you don't like pigs, then draw something that reminds you of a pig. So if you want to draw a big teddy bear on there, you can draw a teddy bear. Have some fun with it. So when I start the music, you have 1 minute. Please draw a pig. Get ready, get set, go. So the pig test, you are drawing a pig on that piece of paper. It does not have to look like the pig on the screen. And I already got some people looking over people's shoulders and laughing and having a good time. This is not a game of judgment. All right, you got about 30 seconds. And then Mark, you said it's Kim, right? Kim, this might be the slowest I talk the rest of the session. I'm just going to let you know. I can have fun with this. I can just say, Kim is the greatest, and she has to type it up, doesn't she? Kim is amazing. All right, Kim, we got about 10 more seconds here to do the pig. Now, I know we've got some overachievers in the room. I'm going to stop the music right now. And we've got some people who have actually drawn their pigs. And what we're going to do is, for the people who are still drawing, keep going. For the people who have drawn your pigs, I'm going to give you some ideas of what you could have drawn. So if you look at the screen right now, you could have drawn this. Could have. Courtney, you could have drawn this. Haha. Amber, you could have drawn this one. Oh yeah, I know some people talking about money. Where's Sue? I know she used to be a CPA. She's in here also right now too. Okay, how about this one? We could have drawn that one. I had to throw something kitchen inspired in there. Could have drawn this one right here. Now I guess some people going, Frank, that's a warthog. Well, if you ever watched the movie, what do you say? Call me Mr. Pig. All right, we could have drawn this one. No, it's kind of funny. I watched a lot of people in the room start going, because there's a voice in their head, right? So if you want to, the way Pepper would say her brother's name, everybody, on the count of 3, you can say it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. George. See? They all have that English accent in their heads. All right, how about this one right here? I told you could have drawn anything that reminds you of a pig. I mean, how many people are getting close to retirement? You're ready to just ride off on your hog. How about this one right here? Oh, yeah. You could have drawn some bacon. I said you could have drawn anything. I told you that we're going to be doing mindset flipping exercises. We're going to have fun. I just gave all of you a personality test. Based off of how you drew this pig, you're about to learn about yourself. I guess some people are scared right now. You could have been about anything. But think about it. If I said, let's take a personality test, let's take an assessment, you would get up and walk out the room. I asked all of you to draw a pig. Some of you were pointing out and you were Googling pig just so you could draw one. And I didn't even offer a prize. But look at your pigs right now, everybody. Based off how you draw your pig, you're about to learn about yourself. So ready? If your pig is at the top of the page, you're a positive and optimistic person. You're having a great day. You're not at work. I got some heads nodding. But now I got some other people like right here in the middle. Is that my Cortland group? No. Yep. Yes. And you're going, I don't know. We had to work a lot last night. Then your pig may be in the middle. And if it's in the middle, then guess what? You're just a realist. You like to say we're doing it. Why? Because. That's just how it is, right? And then here's the people I worry about. If your pig's not at the top of the page, it's not in the middle of the page, then it might be at the bottom of the page. If it's at the bottom of the page, then guess what? You have a tendency to behave negatively, and you're a little suspicious. You might be causing some trouble. You may blow something up. I guess some people are like, but Frank, pigs are supposed to hang down at the bottom. I was like, then if you want to change things around, turn your paper upside down. The pig is at the top now. He's dead, but he's at the top. Shall we go a little bit deeper? I got some people going, yeah, okay, let's go a little bit deeper into this one right now. Look at your pig right now. Look at the face. If the face is going off to the left, then guess what? You believe in traditions, you're friendly, you show up early, you show up on time, you know when things happen. I got people like, Frank, this is not me. Well, if that's not you, then the pig's probably going to the right. If it's going to the right, then guess what? You just got too much going on in your mind, okay? And you can't remember all these important days and times. You know what? It's like there's just too much going on. I got people pointing at each other right now. But then I got a lot of people who are staring at me right now, and these people are probably in a leadership position. This means your pig is probably looking directly at you, which means you neither fear nor avoid discussions. You enjoy playing devil's advocate. You ask lots of questions because you need to know how things work and why we are doing it. Patrick just self-identified himself right there. Okay, Steve got it. Now people are starting to smile. Shall we go deeper? Yeah, let's go a little bit deeper into this test. Look at your pig right now. Does your pig have lots of details? If you got lots of details, you're organized, you're cautious, you're methodical, you have a difficult time trusting people because they don't do things the right way. I got smiles over here, so I just hit a point. But I got a lot of other people go, Frank, I just don't care about the details, and your pig may look like this. You're a little gullible, you're like naive, and you just don't care about all the details out there. What do you mean we have to follow the proper temperature? We got to listen to the state. They'll be fine. There's penicillin. Let's go a little bit deeper. Let's check out these pigs right now. How many legs does a pig have? So if you have 4 legs, you're stubborn, you're secure, you stick to your ideals, you are a superhero. Now I worry about these other people. How many people just drew a head on their paper? If your pig has got less than 4 legs, then guess what? You like barbecue and ham. But you don't care about details. You might be a little emotional, and you are a risk taker. You're going to do it your way. I've been doing this for 15 years. What does the state know about my job? See, most of you, like, you hear some laughing going on, but I'm looking around the room, trying to look everybody in their face, and they're all looking back at me like. And we're doing this all by playing a game. Okay, look at your pig right now. How big are the ears? The bigger the ears, the better listener you are. Nope, who did not draw ears? I heard a whole bunch of nopes. Who drew big ears? Yeah, do you have people come to you all the time? You're such a good listener. Do you have a minute? And you know, that's an hour. Yes. What had happened was you closed the door. And then what have we forgotten, everybody? Anything else? The tail. Look at your pig. Does your pig have a tail? The longer the tail, check it out, the better the quality of your relationships. Now, I'll let you define relationships, but generally what happens if you got a long tail, then guess what? You are a people person. You enjoy being around people. So how many people here like to connect and build like long-term relationships? That's what's going to be on there. Now, here's the thing, everybody. We just did this pig test. I see smiles in the room. And quite simply, within 5 minutes, we started to break through barriers by giving us something interactive to do. What are you doing at your workplaces to better understand your teams? Because we can learn more about a person in an hour of play, Plato said it, than a year of conversation. I mean, think throughout your life, anytime you've played a game, participated in a game, or watched a game, don't we start to have some communication, some understanding of the people? I've been using that activity for almost 30 years. I've tried to get rid of it several times, and people are like, can we play the pig test? I actually had a conference, people stormed the room, they'd seen me before, and I didn't do the pig test, and they almost had like a riot in the room. And I'm like, okay, it's like, let me go find and pull it back up. What this is showing is this one, everybody. We all want people to understand us. We don't want to be treated like numbers. And I need to ask you right now, you can write it down. What are you doing to better understand the players or the people that you work with? Because many times we'll say people work for us, but if we say work for us, it's a one-way conversation. If we say people work with us, then we're working together. Anytime we sit down and play a brand new game, we'll start to talk to people like, hey, have you ever played this before? No? Okay, I will teach you. Oh my God, you're really good. Game on. I'm going to come back. There's always some communication going on, right? We had Uno up there on the screen earlier. There's a lot of communication going on in Uno. And if anybody understands, anybody ever work in the student union? I'm like, most of you are in the student union, right? I was a student activities director, and I used to get phone calls from the bookstore. And they called me like, Frank, there's a problem in the student union. Like, what? Students are fighting. I'm like, what? They're yelling at each other. I come over and look. I don't see anything. Go back to my office. Get a phone call. Frank, it's still going on. I think it's going to, like, we have to call the police. I come down. I don't see anything. Then they come to my office like, do you see what's going on? So I go downstairs to see what's going on. I've got a bunch of athletes at a table playing Uno. Draw four, your mama! And I had to go over and say, hey guys, you have to watch how you're communicating because guess what? The manager of the bookstore doesn't understand what's going on right here. Anybody here right now? I'm showing you a little activity as far as drawing a pig, but can anybody give me some feedback? Let's work together. What's something that you do or that you've seen that allows people to better understand each other? Can anybody share anything with me right now? Because I know you've got great ideas here. You are highly intelligent people, and as I said yesterday, you are amazing, but anybody, what have you done or what have you seen that people do to better understand their teams, to pull the best out of them? Your teams are just perfect. I got some smiles. Where's a hand up? Yes, Amber. Ooh, did everybody hear that one? Amber says, and Amber, which school are we at? Brockport? Geneseo, okay. Which used to be Brockport, right? You told me, yes, okay. So Amber from Geneseo, give her a big round of applause for sharing with us. She says she goes out and talks to each of her team members and asks them their likes and dislikes, and she has a chart and she can write those down to better understand so we're not doing something that they really dislike, correct? It takes a little bit of time, but it helps out in the long term, doesn't it? So great job there. Now, like I said, every time we do an activity today, I'm going to ask you a question to find out what you're doing. Because many times we're used to the speaker or the trainer telling us and giving us the ideas. But why should I give you all the ideas when you probably have better ideas than I do? The same thing goes in your workplaces. Have you ever talked to your employees because they're the frontline people? They may have a great idea that can help improve things also. But now we've done that, let's go to our next activity. And our next activity, I like to call this one Apple. Now with Apple, some of you are going to like this, and some of you are going to be, Because earlier when I talked about lawsuits, I didn't go deeply into it. Because I said, hey, we're going to move around the room. And when we move around the room, there's going to be some people who want you to be in their personal space, and some people who don't want you in their personal space. So with this activity, this exercise, when you go around the room here in a second, if someone is looking at you with a smile on their face, that means it's safe to approach them. If someone has their arms crossed like this, that is a lawsuit. Now with Apple, think about it. We've been walking around this casino the last 2 days. And has anybody here walking around the casino looked around and you think you see somebody that you know? And then did you start to look to see if you really know them? And then you get caught in the stare? What do? You go the other way, yeah. But here's what I'd like you to do right now. I'm going to ask everybody in the room, I'm going to ask you to look around the room. I want you to find somebody that you don't know very well. And if they look back at you and they're smiling, you can kind of point and be like, we're together. Now, you're going to make a team of 2. Now, that means you're going to be a couple of apples. Now, once you get your couple of apples together, you're going to look around the room for another group of 2. And if they look back at you and smile, you're going to make a group of 4, a team of 4, and you're going to be a bunch of apples. Anything 4 or more is called a bunch. Now, once you get your group of 4 together, you can go anywhere in the room and sit down as a team because we're going to be doing a team activity where your team gets to win a prize. Does that sound good? So when I start the music, you're going to walk up to somebody new, you're going to shake their hand, let them know your name, your school, where you work, and then you can have a brief discussion about that paella last night. And once you have that conversation, and if you had a chance to actually eat it last night, then you'll find 2 more people, continue the conversation. I'll give you about a minute and a half to go make groups of 4, and then you can sit anywhere in the room. So get ready, get set, go shake it off. Joanna needs a team. All right. Hey, Joanna, you can hang out with Steve. I know you know Steve, but they've got 3, so go ahead and join their team. There we go. All right, Sassa, I got a question for you. Did anybody notice that the music stopped? Do you know when the music stopped? No, I mean, they're still having some fun, aren't they? So if you've got your group of 4, you can go ahead and find a space to sit down. And I gotta let you know right now as I'm walking around, I'm enjoying that there are conversations still going on right now. I mean, there's still some people in the back still talking. But here's my question. When you came in this morning, some of you sat down, you opened up your laptops, you got to work, you had to go check the email. Some of you saw, oh wait, there's food in here, and you got the food. And then you sat down with some people that you know. But now when I ask you to go find some people that you don't know, go introduce yourself and have a conversation, I couldn't shut you up. Does anybody know? Why is that? Not sure, right? I mean, why didn't we do this yesterday or early this morning? I mean, one of the number one goals of having this conference every year is to build your network and to meet new people, but many times we come in and what do? We go straight to our comfort zone. But as I said, when we have a game, we go into someone's house, and then there's a game, we have people who invite us over. Many times it's new people. Then we start having deep conversations to go understand them. And that's what happens with Apple. I mean, if you look at the screen right now, are these apples, are they the same or different? Anybody, yell out an answer. Different. What's different about them? Different colors, yes. Sorry? Their arms are different. Some have arms, some don't. Poor apples. What else is different about them? Yep, the leaves, the eyes, the smile, they're all different. Does anybody say they're the same? Oh, what's your name, miss? Teresa says they're all apples. So are these apples the same or different? Now people are like, I don't know, it's a trick question. The apples are the same and they're different. Look around this room right now. Are we the same or are we different? Oh, yeah, now they're going, We're different and we're the same. We're in a world that always is trying to make us point out what's different about us. But I'm going to challenge you right now. Looking around the room, what's the same about us? Anybody? We're all in the room. That's a good answer there. Anyone else? Sorry? We care. You care about what you do. You're in the service industry, so you care. Yes. Anyone else? We work at a college. Yes. Anybody else? We're all human beings. It's easy to point out the differences, everybody, but it's more rewarding to find out what we have in common. The reason I couldn't shut you up is humans are social creatures. And we're always looking to find out what we have in common. I mean, once again, the parents in the room. Have you ever watched your kids and they go to a park and they go somewhere? Mommy, Daddy, I've got a new friend. Okay. What's their name? I don't know. I'll be back. Because the only thing they focus on, yeah, it might be somebody different, but is that person just wants to have fun. So when we talk about Apple, you have to recognize you've got people who come from different backgrounds, different places all around the world. But with an apple, all apples have 4 parts. There's a skin, a flesh, a core, and a stem. And I want you to think about the analogy and the point of a person. The skin is the visual attractor that brings people over. So I didn't tell you to stand there and go, I told you to smile. So when people are smiling, doesn't it attract people over? That's the skin. But as we see an apple, if we were to go out and buy one, if it looks good on the outside, we want it to be what? Good on the inside. So these people who are smiling at you like, okay, I'm going to go over, but let me make sure they're safe. So we started to have the conversation. We started to talk about the paella, how they just kept dumping stuff on it last night. And we came to an understanding, going like, I just couldn't eat that. I was full. But as we had these conversations, everybody, we got a little bit deeper. Because understanding allows us to, quote, have a taste, to sample, to understand. We get down to the core. We start to find out more about that person, what gives them their strength. And the most important part of the apple, everybody, is the stem, which is for connection. And all of you enjoyed connecting. We've got about 24 more hours here at the conference. I'm going to challenge you to find at least one new person here to connect with. Get their business card, because there's going to be points where you have a struggle at your campus. And you've got SASA here who help you build connections to help you build your core, have substance, and have that shiny outside where people are like, those people are crazy. Because they love to serve people and they care. That's what we did here with Apple. And if you want to go a little bit deeper in it, we had the music there. I want you to think about this. What are you doing to show people you value them? Something as simple as a conversation, what you did right now, shows that you value people, but what can you do? You can write that down right now. What can you do to show the people that you work with or you lead that you value them? And is there anybody right now who wants to share, what are you doing to show the people that you work with that you value them? Anybody? Wow, I got to give a high five for that one. What's your name? Amanda. Amanda says, and where are you from, Amanda? Morrisville. She goes, she allows people to adjust their schedules. How many people would like to work for Amanda? You just got a lot of people, you just recruited people really well. But that's value there. It's like, hey, I'm going to allow you to adjust your schedule. And like, we know we can't do that everywhere, but I bet you get better performance out of your people, right? Most of the time. So we got to show people that we value them. Now, with our next activity, I'm going to be giving out a prize, but you see a book up there. It's called 52 Ways to Shine. It's a book that teaches you how to have deeper conversations with your people, not only yourself, but the people around you, so you can give them the opportunity to shine like Amanda does. So if you go in the QR code, it'll take you straight to Amazon. And if you don't want to go to Amazon and buy it, then we got to get ready for our next activity. With our next activity, we're going to need a volunteer from your team. And the easiest way to do a volunteer for your team is to go old school. 1, 2, 3, not it. So the last person standing, you are officially our volunteer. I got some people who do not want to take their fingers off their nose. Now, our volunteers, here's what we're going to do. You need to either get a device that you can type on or a piece of paper. We're going to do a little activity I like to call green. And you're going to be the secretary for your team. I'm going to give your team 1 minute to write down or type up as many food or beverage items that are the color green. Because as I said, green is the color of growth and action, so we're going to take some action right now and grow as a team. And the prize right now for this activity is I've got 4 signed copies of 52 Ways to Shine for your team. So you can't start yet. You got to start on the music. So when I start the music, you've got 1 minute. The team with the highest number wins. So get ready, get set, go. You got 60 seconds. What food or beverage item is green? We're down to 50 seconds. I got Jenny coming over here. She's like, okay, I've got the ideas. We're down to 40 seconds. Yes, that is one, Tracy. I heard that one. Tracy, but don't yell it out so loud. They can all hear you. I had avocado on the screen, too. All right, we're down to 30 seconds. I've got some confused looks on people's faces. They ran out of items. And because I got to show some love to Coke and Pepsi, you can say Sierra Mist, Pop, or you can say Sprite. Those are green items. There we go. We're down to 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just like our chefs last night, hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up. All right. Now that we got our hands up, we're going to have to do something that none of you like to hear. We need to do an internal audit. You need to find somebody in your group. You need to go through the list, and you need to add up what's on there. Make sure there's no doubles. Go ahead and reconcile everything. Make sure everything is good. But count what's on the screen or the piece of paper, and put that number at the top. And then I'm going to ask you, Teresa, to have a little team pride, okay? So I'm going to say a number, and if your team has that number or more, you're going to yell out, oh yeah. So looking around the room right now with your team, who has more than 1? Oh, yeah. All right. Who's got more than 5? Oh, yeah. Okay, more than 10. Oh, yeah. Somebody give me 15. Oh, yeah. 20. Oh, yeah. I had some oh no's. 25. Whoa. But is that a team of 12? Is that one like super team, or is that like 2 teams of 4 just kind of combined? Okay, now I'm gonna let you know right now, there's people looking at you right now, and there is security at the hotel. You may need security when you leave out of here. How many do you have for your team? 26. Who has the closest to 26? You got 22. Now, I'm gonna let you know, I'm looking over this way, and they're like, she's like, that's wrong. Cheaters. He's like, you can only type so fast. You know there is voice to text. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We'll figure it out with your team, because I did not bring 8 prizes. But we'll figure it out here. So I'm gonna come down, and everybody in the room right now is looking at you saying, prove it. So I'm going to ask you to read your list, and everybody here, as they read their list, if you don't believe it can be the color green, we'll scratch it off. If they mess up 4 times, then this group is back into the game, which is kind of sad because you've got 8 people and they've got 4. So, Jordan, go ahead and read that list off for me, and what we'll do, everybody, we'll kind of count along. And once again, if there's any discrepancies, you're like, there's no way that's green, because you're a green expert, we'll scrap it off the list. Unless I have to come in and override. All right.
Ready?
Go ahead, Jordan.
Matcha.
Matcha, 1.
Avocado.
Avocado, 2.
Green beans.
3.
Green peppers.
Green peppers, 4.
Broccoli.
5.
Brussels sprouts.
6.
Mountain Dew.
7.
The shot from last night.
The shot from last night. What school was that one? That was Binghamton, right? That's 8 with the B ice cube inside of it. All right.
Quinn's shirt.
Quinn's, you can't eat the shirt. That's alpha there. Okay.
All right, 25.
25. Okay.
Apples.
Apples. Grapes.
Iceberg lettuce.
Iceberg lettuce. It's 11.
Spring mix.
Spring mix. Okay.
Tomatillo.
Tomatillos. Romaine.
Cucumbers.
Cucumbers. Pickles.
Basil.
Basil. Mint.
Tarragon.
Tarragon. Thyme. Cilantro. Lime.
Finger limes.
Finger limes.
Mold.
Mold.
And grass.
You're not trying to actively eat mold, but you can eat it. And what's the last one?
Comes down to grass.
Grass. Yes, and if you guess eat certain cheeses, that is the mold on there. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for the team right here. Team creativity. Now, team creativity, we're gonna have to figure this out because I brought like 4 books, okay? But then I brought a bonus book because I get some creative people. And I get some other people who just get really creative and they said, you know what, I don't want the book, but I want one of those spatulas that you had yesterday. So what I'm gonna do is I'll bring this down to your team. I'll let you divide how this is going to go. And while you're dividing that up, all the people who are not happy in the room, I'm gonna talk to them. I need some feedback right now, everybody. After watching this activity, how do you feel? Be honest with me right now. They feel cheated. Okay, so we feel cheated. Anybody else? How many people think if we did this again, our number would be higher? Why would our number be higher? Sorry? We'll use voice to text, yeah. Anybody else? Is it the experience? Here's what happened at that table right there. Obviously they got 8 people. You should feel good because they only beat you by 3. But the thing was, many times we try to work by ourselves, but when we can bring people together to work, we achieve better results. And the other one is with any game, the first time we play a game, we're never perfect. We're never at our best. We're always coming back to get better. We're in a world where we're trying to be perfect all the time, and there's never been a perfect human, right? So why are we shooting for perfect? In a game, we're never shooting for perfect. We're shooting to give our best. And I bet you, all of you, if we came back into this again, the number would be higher. They got the gift of the books and the spatulas, but the greatest gift with any game, any activity, any workplace is experience. The experience makes you better. And that's what happened here in this activity. They didn't limit themselves, they worked together, and they achieved their goal. But now I've got 3 very special people at that table, and with any game, has anybody here played a game where you're really good at it, but you want other people to be good too? With that spatula, there's a QR code on there. And for those of you who kept that, I encourage you to share that with people because the QR code is a copy to the workbook that I shared with everybody yesterday, which are 30 activities to flip your mindset to help you perform better. So don't just keep that for yourself. Make sure you're sharing with others. And that's the big thing that happened in green, everybody. We were sharing with others. Now, if we can show it on the screen really quick, I want you to bring out the best in the people that you work with. And whether it be a game, an activity, or a training, that's how we bring out the best in our people. We show we care by training people. And that's what we're doing here. And because I know all of you said you care and you do that, and you liked it yesterday, look at somebody next to you right now and give them a high five. Because they do great work, right? They gave air fives. But once again, I've got people giving lots of high fives. So I've got another mindset flipping exercise for everybody. And here's the challenge. As I look around the room right now with all the tables and the people, and I got to make sure I say this one slowly because we don't want lawsuits. So Kim, I'm going to speak slowly because we don't want lawsuits because they're watching what you're typing on the screen. If I was to ask everybody in this room right now to stand up, high five 5 completely different people. It could be people at your table, close to your table. High five 5 people and then sit down anywhere in the room as a group, because sometimes we do things as an individual, sometimes we do things as small work teams, the green, or sometimes we have to do things as an entire institution or organization. How long do you think it would take for everybody in this room? There's about 200 of us in this room right now. How long do you think that would take? Anybody? I heard 10 seconds. They said he's crazy. What did we say over here? I heard 2 minutes. Now we've got some 10 seconds to 2 minutes. Anybody else? I heard 1 minute. In a past lifetime, I was an auctioneer, but usually it goes up, not down. I got, somebody want to give me 10, they give me 1, let me go 2. What did we say over here? You said a number earlier. No, behind you. There's 30 seconds. So I got 2 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds, 10 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and pick out 30 seconds, okay? Because I believe that this group can do it. So let me go over slowly what we're going to do. So for this activity, everybody who is physically able will stand up and you're going to high five 5 people. That means hand to hand. Now, if you don't want to do hand to hand, you can also do a knuckle bump. But don't do high five to people, okay? That doesn't work. For the people who physically are just having maybe an ailment today where it's hard to stand and move around the room, here's something that's fun for you. Sit in your chair and make people come to you, because anything can be modified. So you'll just sit in your chair, you put your hand up and just point to your hand. And when 5 people come and get your hand, then you're down, and guess what? You're already sitting. So what we'll do is everybody will stand up. I'll say ready, set, go. I'll have a timer on the screen. You will high five 5 people, and then you will sit down anywhere. When the last person sits, I will stop the timer. You have 30 seconds. So everybody please stand up. Okay. Now, Sasa, I got to make sure I got this right. Wait, I didn't start the clock. Come on. You're trying, right, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. SUNY Oswego, that's why their hockey team's in first place. Let me double check here. Sasa, how many people do we need to high five? 5. How long do we have to do it in? 30 seconds. Where can you sit? Anywhere. Okay, are you ready? Okay, got to get a drink of water here, hold on. Are you ready, sir? You got your water, you're good? All right, he's good. Get set. Go. You're gonna get 5 people and then sit down. She's finding a spot. They're trying to find the chairs. You can get a chair, Amber, it's okay. Okay, we gotta get our scarf together. There we go, our shawl, and we're still, somebody help this man out, get him a seat. I thought you said you care. And he's got to get back to his chair and down. Okay, what does the clock say there, Mark? Oh. Now, I got some people who are laughing. Where are my people who are upset? Because you heard 30 seconds and you wanted to beat it. Now, thank you, sir, for helping out. Because we had he's like, where do I sit? I got people like, I've got my seat. But it's kind of funny. I got some people who started out in Albany and decided to jump on the turnpike. And they went all the way to Buffalo. And then there's plenty of spots to stop, like in Rochester, Syracuse, Turning Stone. Those aren't good. They had to go all the way back. Some of you were like Goldilocks. This one, no, this one's just right. Because I said you could sit where, everybody? Anywhere. So our goal at first, I said, what can we do? We said 2 minutes. People did like, I don't know, it's tough. 1 minute, it's kind of tough. I said 30 seconds. We did it in 36. Where are my competitive people? What are you thinking right now? Let's do it again. Because we can definitely beat 30 seconds, right? Some of you are thinking that we can actually get 10 seconds. So I've got 13 minutes left to go in this presentation. And I know you can do it. So let's try it one more time. So everybody, please stand up. No lawsuits. I'm going to reset the clock. Now, I will let you have a discussion about how you're going to do this. Because we got some people talking. Sasa, are you ready? What is our goal? Somebody said 30 and someone said 10. Where can you sit? Are you going to beat your goal? Get ready. Get set. Go. Mark, can you pull the timer up for me? They're going through. We found a seat. Boom. And that seat's not good enough. And down. Give yourselves a big round of applause. 19 seconds. Now I'm going to let you know, my 10-second people are like, let's go again. I'm not going to kill anybody. We're not going again. But it was funny, everybody. With this activity, here's what we learned. We learned that, guess what? We have to celebrate our victories. You were clapping and having a good time. Some of you were trying to help people. I mean, some of you like got to your seat, but you became coaches. You're like, sit, 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 sit. In our workplaces, we are quick to criticize people, but we are slow to recognize them. For all of you right now, you're having fun. You're giving people a high five. You're going to be walking around and go like, we got 19 seconds. We blew away 30. It's okay to push each other. It's okay to set the bar high. When we do games and activities, they are visual learning exercises because humans are visual. We try to write everything down in words. Go read the employee manual. That doesn't do anything for us. But when you can see something like this, you can take it back and go like, hey, you know what? We did 19 seconds. We can push it and do 10. With the teams and the people that you work with, they have to see what is possible. Because we'll always tell people like, you didn't do it, it's not good. Don't do that. Show them how to do it. Coach them. Give them other chances to get better. When they can see it, then they can go out there and do it. And that's what we have to be. Let's stop criticizing people and let's start teaching people and rewarding them when they do things right. Because if you think about little kids, when a little kid falls down, what do? We help them back up. When they do something good, what do? We give them a high five and talk about how good that we do. But when we become adults, we don't do that anymore. I'm not saying to give out a participation trophy, but when someone does something good, are we recognizing that they're doing something good? Because many times these people will have their I quit letters written. Because think about it, anybody play those video games when someone goes, I'm the best, and then they screw up and then they just drop the game and they leave? We don't want that. We teach them how to get better. Even if you're winning, like, hey, I'm going to teach you how to get better. That's what I want from all of you. What are you doing to get people better? And we can reward people. People are either internal rewards or external. If you look at the screen right now, those are just some ideas. You can take some pictures right now. But there's different ways to go and reward people. But if you look at it, to offer help and support is the number one thing that we can do. But then also for all of you, you have to understand, if you want to take a picture of the next slide, we have different generations working within our workplaces. So they have different motivations and inspirations that they have. So check this screen out right here. This is from my good friend. She's a speaker. Her name is Lisa Miller, and I'm going to show you how to actually get her slides here in a second. She does research, and she can help you do research on demographics, what you're going for. But think about it. We've got different generations. As you look at the screen, they are all motivated different ways. So in order for you to get the best out of these people, you need to understand how to push them, because we'll criticize a group that doesn't use text messages. Well, guess what? Some generations don't communicate that way. But you might be an email person, but they don't do email. Some people want career growth. Some people want a raise. Some people want time off. Some of your younger groups now are going like, what are you doing to better take care of the environment? What are their motivations and how can you reward them? Now, once the last phone comes down, I'm going to show you how to get this slide and more like it. As I said, good friend of mine, her name is Lisa Miller, and Lisa has a thing, and every week she does one chart, okay? It's called One Chart a Week, and for 2 minutes or less, you can go, just go in that QR code, you sign up, and different studies, especially in food service, customer service, She will share those every week, and if you reach out to her, if you want something designed for your campus, she can help you out. So I'll let you go ahead and get that QR code right there, but every Friday, a different slide or graphic will come out. And if it's not working for you right now, once the session is over, I can pull it back up for you too, and then you can get it also. So we have to understand the people that we're rewarding, but it's one thing to share with people or tell people how to reward, but the best way to do things, everybody, as I said yesterday, is to live it. So I'm sharing with you that we have to reward the people that we work with, but let me show it to you. When I'm not speaking, I volunteer as a coach for my kids' sports teams. And the story here is, this is my son Elijah, and I told you about him yesterday, and I was sharing with you, he's on the autism spectrum. And one of the things that happens to him is he has a hard time processing too much information at once. So can you imagine playing baseball and having a pitch come to you? So early on, he figured out how to do machine pitch, and he did really good, but then he went up to kid pitch, it became difficult. And when he went to machine pitch, or kid pitch, he had an 800 on-base percentage, but a 0 batting average. He was always walking and getting on base because he could pick up what was coming. But we had a game one day, and we're down by like 8 runs. It's going to the last inning, and you can only score 5 runs in an inning. And the kids are kind of down and depressed. We're like, hey, guys, let's give our best. Let's score 5 runs and go into the next game. Let's go ahead and do good. So we're pushing them like to be their best. So the kids get the bases loaded, and they score a run. Bases are still loaded, they score another run. And then Elijah, who we've nicknamed Walk This Way, comes up to base. Now, I'm coaching a team, and I'm coaching first base. But when he comes up to base, we shot this video. Look for your pitch, Elijah. Go, Elijah, go! So I went into full dad mode right here. Watch this. I went from coach to dad. We always get excited in our victories, but the best way to motivate people, inspire people, and get the best out of them is, are you there to celebrate their victories? At the end of every season, I'll have parents come up to me and they go, Frank, we love how you and the other coaches are because it seems like you find more joy in our kids' success than your own personal success. That's the type of leaders I would like for all of you to be. Because we're here to get better in our careers, but all the information you got yesterday, the information you get today and tomorrow, are you going to take that information back to your teams? Can you do a small training for them to make sure you're celebrating their first hit? Positive cultures produce productive people, and that's what we want for all of you. For the last 45 minutes, we've been visually learning what we can do, what we can take back to our workplaces to get the best out of our people. And when I talk about a culture is both a noun and a verb. My daughter got upset. She's like, Dad, I'm not in the slides enough. You got to get me in the slides. So I got her in the slides. But when I talk about a noun is a set of shared attitudes, goals, or beliefs, or practices that characterize an institution or organization. So today we had 3 goals. And the goals were, number 1, to what? Have you had some fun? Yes. Goal number 2 is to meet some new what? Have you met some new people? Yeah, and you got some inside jokes, don't you? Sit. Draw a pig. And then the last one was, know what? Did we kill anybody? Ginny, are we good? All right, I didn't kill anybody. But then here's the other part. The verb is to maintain conditions suitable for growth. Have you felt over the last 45 minutes or even the last 2 days here at the conference, have you learned at least one thing that's going to help you grow personally or professionally? That makes Ginny and the conference team happy too because that's why they want you here. We want to give you the tools needed to go and grow. That's our culture. But now, you got to jump back and go back to your institution, so we've got to give you something to take back. We got to give you some motivation and inspiration. As I said, for me, I don't just talk this, I work to live it off stage, so I need you to live it back at your campuses. Every year, I want to get the best out of my community and my network, so we just had it. You can go find it on social media. Every year for the last 9 years, we do a thing called the F.R.E.S.H hike. And at the end of the year, usually on the weekend before New Year's or the day before New Year's, we do a hike to have everybody celebrate either successes for that year, or if they didn't have a good year, they're going to end the year on a high note. We're getting them ready for the new year, and we host this hike. And there's prizes at the hike. I talk to vendors and people who work with me. It's completely free. And every year, people show up. Every year it grows. We've given away vacations and shoes. This year, New York Knicks gave me signed basketball to give out to our grand prize winner. And all I had to do was ask, what can you do for your teams to celebrate their victories? What can you do to create that culture? And in order to create that culture, I want to give you 5 ingredients that you need to do, okay? 5 things to spice things up, to add more flavor, to bring the best out of your people. So here's the one. You can take some pictures on the screen. Once again, I'll give you the notes. Number 1, you got to have a fresh mindset. And we say a fresh mindset. What was the word yesterday? Fresh. So if you have a fresh mindset, everybody, guess what? A fresh mindset is a game mindset. People who play games only focus on the solution, not the problem. Anybody can point out a problem. That's easy. But what we want is we want solutions. So what are you doing to point out solutions? From there, number 2, we got to go ahead and have clear and consistent communication. If I communicated improperly with you over the last hour, I would have killed somebody. But communication is not just what we say. Communication is our body language, our tone. If I go, who wants to have fun? You're not going to believe it, right? I'm like, hey, everybody, who wants to have fun? I'm going to come down and give a high five. You're feeding off of my energy. So what energy are you communicating with the people that you're working with? Communication is 80% nonverbal, 20% verbal. From there, number 3, we've got to have inclusion. And if you look at the base word for inclusion, it means to include. Has anybody here gone to a park as a kid, gone to play a game, and then you don't get picked? How do you feel? Left out, right? Where are our chefs who were cooking last night? Hands up in the room, all of our chefs. The committee said, you know what? You missed out on a lot of the conference yesterday. What can we do to include you? Inclusion means who gets to play in the game. With this picture right here, we were doing a photo shoot for the company and for the business, and the kids got to come along. But then they go, can we jump in too? When you include people into whatever the activity is, maybe having people shadow you who want to move up the ladder, maybe bringing somebody to the conference to understand what you really do, because sometimes they don't think that you work. As you include people, you empower people. And then the last one, everybody, is we got to have teamwork. Could you imagine if I did this whole workshop by myself? You guys would have me drug tested. High five 5 people. Sit down. With your teams, when you go back to your workplaces, you have to think about it. We have a group of specialists. With any game, any sport, as my wife says, you can't have 50 quarterbacks on the football team. You need a left tackle, a right tackle. Everybody is a specialist. So back to where you are. I've worked in culinary before. One of the most important people at any party or in culinary is what? The dishwasher. Because if the dishes aren't washed and clean, then guess what? We've got mold, and we don't want to eat mold. We need that to go and do. So the team is a group of specialists who are working together to transform that vision into reality. Just like with apples earlier, there are different types of apples. Some apples are good for eating raw. Some are good for after hours at the apple martini. Some are good for applesauce. You have to let everybody know they have their own specialty and to dig deep into it. And then the final one is we need effective leadership. And when we say effective leadership, this is something all of you can do. We can educate people, because it's not a title, it's an action. We can educate people, we can energize people, and we can empower people to live a dream. That's what I hope I did for all of you today. I educated you, I energized you, I empowered you to go out and do amazing work. And as I said earlier, here's a QR code. I'll have it back up on the screen here in a second as Jenny comes up. But if you go on there and you type in the word play, you actually will get all the games that we did today plus more, plus some ideas on communication and leadership. So that's going to be up there. I got Jenny hanging out here on the side. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to flip over to the next screen, and I'm going to flip over to one more screen. The last screen will be the QR code again. Just type in the word play. So as Jenny is talking, you can go ahead and do the QR code in the survey, and I'll make sure I get that to her. And then just because you like to have some fun, and people were telling me this in the hallway last night, I need everybody here to live what? And then where's my person? She almost died yesterday. That's me. What's your name one more time? Sharon. Sharon, I kept one extra book just for you, even though this group tried to take the book. And then for everybody else, I'll put her up here on the stage afterwards. if you want to remember the piece about sharing fresh, we brought all these little official seals of F.R.E.S.H stickers that you can put on anything. I'll have those up here afterwards. But thank you so much for allowing me to work with you. I'll be here until about 3 o'clock this afternoon. Would love to meet all of you in person. And let's put your hands together for the person who's been the longest serving president of SASA. Put your hands together for Miss Jenny.
Thank you. And please continue that applause for Frank. I know I learned a lot from this presentation. And what a great way to start day 2.
Thank you.
So we have a gift for Frank. It's a little taste of New York from our Taste of New York store, actually, at Morrisville. So a little gift for you to take some New York back to the warm weather with you.
Thank you.
And thank you very much.
Yep. Oh, hold on. I got this. This is something I do, like I didn't do it yesterday. So I got Jenny here. So Jenny, we're going to do this one. So I don't have the paella selfie, but I want the selfie with all the SASA. So if you can like kind of get up and act like you like each other. I'm going to get this here, and we'll do like a nice big SASA on like 3. So Jenny, come in, turn around really quick. We're going to do this one. All right, so I've got the selfie stick arms. And on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, SASA! Yeah. Thank you so much. Hey, had a great time.